Hi, Jim here from Gold Coast Teardrop Campers. Let's have a look at the Off Road Caretta Teardrop Camper. You see here it's Alco, ALKO, chassis and suspension. It's the IRS suspension, which is independent rubber setup. This here looks a bit confusing, but it's not. This handle here, this actually locks down onto a 50mm ball, toe ball, which will go up in here. This part here will actually close down over the top. It's a stabilizer and extra bit of safety. You have the chains that we need for Australia. You've also got the red cable that actually loops up and around. That's a breakaway. So if this fails, your chains fail, the red cable will activate the brakes, which is, or a handbrake here, which will actually activate the brakes on the van. You'll notice this here. This is the braking mechanism. It's inbuilt. There's a hydraulic system in here. So you don't need to put electric brakes on your car at all. It works on the momentum and the weight of your van. This here is the off-road. It's approximately 650 to 680 kilos tare weight, and you can load it up to a ton. I think the plate says here 600 kilo tare weight. So that's before you load it up. You've got, comes standard with a 12 pin. If you have to, you can change that out to a 7 pin and a Anderson plug later on if you want to. What's really good, you'll notice in the van, there's no legs you have to wind down, so you can rock up, unhitch it, put your handbrake on, use your jockey wheel to level it out, and you can jump straight in. This front section here, this is fiberglass. Let's have a look inside. You've got plenty of storage. You got your battery. You got two systems. You got a 240-volt system, and you got a 12-volt system. So you got your safety switch here. You got your charger, and around here, this is where you plug it in to power, and you can charge it up. Or if you have a caravan plug in. Notice these nice big handles on both sides. Nice and easy to push the van around. You'll notice the chassis here starts off pretty thin, and as you go down, you've got some crash bars, but you'll notice the chassis underneath, it gets bigger and bigger all the way through. So that's the difference between the off-road and the on-road. You got the big crash bars, they go all the way around. Now see the lights up here now compared to before when they were down below. See this clip here? If we look at these doors, the doors are huge. They're 800 by 800, which is probably the largest on the market for teardrops. You can pin them back. You can lock the door from the inside. You've got here, you've got a shutter that comes down, a fly screen, and you can open the window up. If we look here, we've got the seal and the shape of it. So the rubber here, so it's all airlocked, so you won't get dust into your cabin. Inside here, we can look at, you've got some colours here. We've got a white, a light grey, a champagne colour, and a beige colour. This is what it's actually made of. So if we look at this, you've got the timber, which is the inside, which is this part. It's got a nice velvet cover on it. You've got two different types of foam, which have been fused together. You've got a light colour and a harder outer one. And then you've got your fiberglass on the outside. So that's something when you're looking at teardrops, make sure you ask and have a look at what the insulation is like and actually see it in person. You've got 3 different bed sections, so you can move them around. They've got zippers on them, and it's a nice velvet finish. You could use baby wipes to wipe anything up. Underneath, we can get in under here, you'll see a hatch. This is on the off-road. See the hatch there? That's got an extra 80 litre of storage underneath the van. Behind here, we have, behind the headrest, you've got some extra storage in here. We have big cupboards. I'll go back a bit. 2 big cupboards. Plenty of storage. You got your USB and a 12 volt. Up here, we've got our power. And you've got the spare, which is for the water pump. You've got rear lighting and interior lighting. So if I press this, the vertical shows how much power I got. One of those dots is approximately an hour's driving. So when you're driving, you'll actually charge up the battery. We have a look here. You've got a couple of switches over here. The front one's an awning one. The second one's the interior lighting. So you've got a red light and you've also got a white light. Up here we've got our vent, which is 400 by 400. You've got fly and you've got a shutter. And these little slots here will bring it all the way out. And that one will bring it down so it's low. So if it's raining, you can actually still have the vent to get some circulation inside. You got your 240 plugs over there, so if or sockets. So if you need to use any 240, say your computer or something else, you can plug in and charge it up if you're connected to the mains. And I'll just jump out for a sec. If you have these doors pinned open, you can actually, we put these extra flies in, so you can zip these down, zip them down on both sides, and you're going to have nice wind coming through your van. Outside here we have an awning light. That's connects straight to your battery, so you could rock up in the middle of the night, turn that awning light on without actually climbing over your gear in your bed to turn on that power switch I turned on earlier. Comes in handy. This here, got a sail track all the way over, so if you didn't have roof racks, you could put a sail track awning in there. This here is your water tank. And you'll notice the bar runs all around the back as well. So you've got some crash protection there. Up here we've got a brake light. This looks a bit different to the older models. You've got some reinforcement here for the shocks, for your door. The lights are now up here, under here, for your number plate. And I'll just open this up. So what we've got is we've got the water tank underneath there. You've got a big 60 litre water tank. You got your sink. You got a switch here. There's a turn your pump on. Your water tank, fire extinguisher. You'll notice here, which is something I really like, is the shape of this. Big U shape. So you got the rubber here. That actually goes up into here. So the dust has got to come between the van here. The edge of this has got to come down, go back up, then got to get across the rubber, try and get in your kitchen. So on those dusty roads and the red dust and that, will keep it all out. Got a nice big cupboard. This area here will fit a normal size dining plate. You've got a light, little cupboard light up inside here. You've got the kitchen light, which is tucked up behind this little flue here. That flue will stop the light being straight in your face. Comes with the new Caretta fridge. You've got plenty of storage. That's wired in straight into the battery. So when you're driving, you can turn it on and it'll keep charge. The same when you get to a caravan park, you don't need to swap out plugs or anything. Just plug it into the power, plug your van into the caravan park power, and the fridge will keep running. And around this side, you've got the spare that's mounted nicely tucked up on the side. That's about it. If you've got any questions, you can give me. You can go to the website, which is goldcoastteardropcampers.com.au, or you can give me a buzz if you've got any other questions, or if you want to come and see one on the Gold Coast.